So I'm joined by strategy coach Daly. Thanks for joining us. So close against the Melbourne Demons, but we just couldn't quite get there in that last quarter.
No, we couldn't. It was a great effort by the boys, playing at the MCG for the second time this year, and we kept with them for most of the day. They got away from us a little bit in the last quarter, but to the boys' credit, they fought back. We're able to win some contested ball and get some good ball movement going from our back half. But I think with about 3 or 4 minutes to go, we were 7 points down, and we had a couple of opportunities going inside 50 we just didn't take, and they were able to go down the other end and kick a goal. So unfortunately we didn't get there, but hopefully for our supporters and members and everyone at the club, they saw a good brand of footy that we're playing, and that we're on the right track against a side that'll play finals in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, just on that, the Melbourne Demons are guaranteed to play finals. We pushed them right to that fourth quarter, so do you think we're not really far off the pace now?
We've still got a little bit of work to do, no doubt, over the pre-season in some areas, but I think you've seen over the last few weeks, against the Bulldogs in Melbourne, obviously Melbourne playing in finals, and Bulldogs were going for a top 8 spot, that we're able to match it with those teams for a fair bit of the afternoon. Probably just need to work on a little bit of our composure with the ball at times. Against good sides, they can punish you if you turn the footy over, so I've got a little bit of work to do, but again, I think we're on the improve, and we're showing the whole footy world, I think, that we're on the right track.
Just on that, you did speak about the MCG, and it's only our guys' second time this year. Do they sort of find another leg when they go on that stage?
Yeah, well, it's where you play the grand final, and we've spoken to the players about the importance of being able to play at the MCG. We want to get to that one day in September, hopefully in the next few years. So we've got to be able to play a good brand of footy on that ground, and the Gabba's not too dissimilar in terms of dimensions, so we play well here. But again, we probably just have to get used to the blustery conditions that Melbourne's puts up to us when we go down there as compared to Brisbane. But yeah, it is a ground we need to familiarise ourselves with. Hopefully we can get a few more games there over the next couple of years and get the boys out there, but it is important we play well there.
One who did play particularly well on that ground was Captain Dane Beams. What did you make of his performance on the weekend?
Look, I think Beams has been outstanding for the whole year, to be honest. He's obviously missed a couple of games with his shoulder and a quad injury, but again, he's probably right up there with the best players in the competition, and because we're up here in Brisbane, he probably doesn't get the kudos he deserves, but as I said, he's up there with the elite players, and on the weekend again he showed that after a heavy knock early, he fought his way back, kept the boys in the game, and to kick 3 goals and have 30 plus possessions again was an outstanding performance.
What do you make of Josh Walker's improvement over the season? He had a game high of 5 contested marks for the afternoon. He was playing NEFL earlier this year, now he's really making his mark back in AFL.
Yeah, to Josh's credit, he was sent back to NEFL early in the year, and I think him and Fags had a bit of a chat about what he needed to improve on. So he went back and he's worked hard and he's played down back at NEFL level. He's come back and played forward at AFL level and in the ruck, and his last 3 or 4 weeks has been really, really good and really promising. It gives us something to look forward to for next year. People forget he's only 24 years of age as well, so he's still learning the game, and these big blokes take a bit of time, but his efforts in the long down the line players on the weekend to take 5 contested mark and kick a couple of goals. With Beams, he was probably our second best player on the ground, so it was good credit for the hard work that he's been putting in through the year.
So you've got North Melbourne this weekend, last game for the season. How desperate are the guys to get the win this weekend? Yeah,
look, we've just got to go through our normal process and routine this week. We had a meeting this morning with the boys and just spoke about the fact that we've played some really good footy over the back half of the season. We won 4 and lost 7, but a couple of those losses have been pretty close. So it's important for the players, both at AFL level and NEFL level, that we get a win this week, which will build us into a good pre-season next year. I think it's been mentioned a few times that the season's probably come to an end too early, so we don't want to go out as losers, we want to go out as winners. So we'll be going out on the weekend and making sure we play a brand of footy that's attractive, that the crowd want to see, and hopefully get the 4 points for everyone.
You're up against, with the Kangaroos, we actually haven't met them since round 2, 2016, so is it a bit of an unknown?
Well, it's a long time, and back then they had Drew Petrie and Daniel Wells and Michael Ferrito and Brent Harvey, all these older type players playing, so it's a new look North Melbourne. They've probably got 8 or 9 players that our players hadn't seen at all, so we need to do a bit of homework on them. They're at a stage of developing again as a young group. And they've played some pretty good footy, although they've only won 5 games. They've been quite competitive throughout the year, and I think they've lost 4 or 5 games under 10 points. So they'll be able to win. I think Brad Scott's already mentioned that they don't want to win the wooden spoon either, so I think you'll find two sides going hard at it this week and trying to finish off the year with a win. So, our boys need to be prepared and ready for it.
Great. And one last question from one of our fans on our Twitter page. What's the plan to improve the boys' endurance to push top teams for 4 quarters?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think you'll find, because we're such a young group and, we've had 6 or 7 debut players this year, and they only started on board in November. They missed the first part of the pre-season, so a lot of it will come down to obviously our running over the pre-season that our strength and conditioning coaches will put in place. So a lot of the endurance stuff comes over the pre-season and with pre-seasons, and sometimes they take 2, 3, 4 years to really develop in terms of getting to the elite level. So we've got guys who are in their 3rd year that are playing and 2nd year, and we'll have new guys coming in as well. So it's just as many miles as we can into their legs, get them used to the heat up here, and run. That's all we can do, and then during the year it's just match day. Training is where they get their training, I suppose. So it's just another year of pre-season and another year of running, another year of tormenting their bodies, to be honest. So hopefully that'll get us going for next year and be able to match it against the top sides.
Thanks so much, Danny, and all the best this weekend.
Thanks very much.